and welcome to Dynamic GT League's GRT4-FOUR Championship for Race 4 from Sardegna, and joining us for commentary is Raymond. How are you, Raymond?
I'm doing very well, and look at the teams we've got here. Reapers.
I thought you were going to go through them.
And then we'll get Turkey Tits.
Yep, and there they are. This is the dullest start to a race video I think we've ever done. We're just messing about. We've got 4-pack, SGP Art Pal, Luke, Lamont, and Rich Blues. And then we've got...
Team White. I forgot their name. Oh, Jesus. Charlie Sheen.
Yep, Charlie Sheen. Yep.
I got Double, Jason, and...
Gary and Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so... standings from race 3. SGP leading the way with winning the last race at high speed ring. And thinking about it, actually, we did talk a lot during that race, didn't we, about white lines. We have talked with George, and he said himself, yeah, it looked bad on the video, and he is going to work on it. Not the video. Eh?
Have we?
Well, you weren't there. Basically what happened was I entered the next practice session and noticed that SGP and George were in there and said, is George here? And SGP goes, yeah, why? And he goes, yeah, I'm here. I said, does SGP give you a bollocking yet? He goes, no, but it looks bad, doesn't it? I was like, yeah, now you know why I was so pissed off in Canada. So it's had a kind of, it's not necessarily had a talking to. He is aware of what the problems were, and he will attempt to do something about it.
And here's the standings. Reapers 109, 4-pack 100 points, Charlie Sheen with 99, and Turkey Tits with 85. I know why they're called 4-pack.
Well, I know why as well, but go on.
Because the lady that they've got is a tranny, and she's got a pair of tits and 2 balls.
Yeah,
and
2 up top, 2 down below.
Is it SGP first place?
Yeah.
Second place, Twilight. Third place, we've got George. Fourth place, we've got Demon R. Fifth place, we've got Dave the Harp and that. Renault McGann, that's proven to be a good car. Sixth place, I forgot who that was. Seventh place, we've got SRI. Eighth place, we've got Tiny Bob. Ninth place, Rich. Gary 10th and 11 Art Pal, so no, that's Luke. Art Pal was
the one you forgot. Yeah, it was the one that you'd forgotten. Don't worry, you won't forget him in a bit. Okay, then here we go. As we are at 4 lights, 5 lights, and away they slowly go for the front wheel drive cars. As we see Nick and George jumping straight through to the lead, and SRI gaining places straight away as well. A feature of this championship with those front wheel drive cars is that they are terrible off the line. I bet they would have been wishing, oh, we're 4 wide here, right? Oh, 4 wide. Ooh, oh, Gary's there.
Gary gone.
Gary was making sure it didn't go 5 wide, but that did result in SGP though being off the track. I thought SRI might have tagged the back of Dave there, and maybe just the camera angle.
They tagged the back of Twilight.
Ah, fair enough. Now, for anyone that is having a few beers while watching this, be careful, because you might not see double, you're going to see quadruple, because the 4-pack cars are all in the same bloody car with a matching livery with the tiniest of differences of details, right? So yeah, we're going to have a bit of difficulty knowing which one is which.
Yeah, as we're on that, Paul has got back up to the back of the SRI. What is he going to go for a move into turn 1? SRI's kind of, he's not really defending it, is it? He was halfway, but he's went deep.
Yeah, a little
tag. A better drive out compared to Art Pal.
Well, I think Art Pal gave him a little tag on the arse end as well, which might have boosted him.
Oh, the 4-pack are becoming a 3-pack.
Yeah, so that's Luke that's got to the front of that, and he's gone wide. Now, would it make sense for these guys to allow SGP? Oh my goodness! I was going to say to allow SGP to sort of get to the head of this pack with him being the quicker driver. I mean, I know we're only 2 laps into the race, but he was on pole position. He is the fastest around here. So if they let him be in that 6th place and they follow him and perhaps even do a bit of bumpy drafting.
Yeah, that could benefit them, but it looks like they wanted to go in Noah's Ark 2x2.
Yeah, and it didn't bloody work. Okay, on the pack cam, that's SRI on the back of Twilight. Twilight's still on the back of Dave. Oh, as Luke has gone deep. Oh, and well, made contact with Artpal there, but luckily, I don't think it actually slowed Artpal down at all.
Yeah, and it's going to bring the 4 of them back together.
Mm-hmm.
And then, look, wide, somebody else is nearly wide.
Yeah,
Is that SGP?
No, I think it might be. Was it?
It was SGP. Luke was wide, and then SGP was a little bit wide, and then SGP got the place over Luke.
Well, I am thinking that it might be a situation there for SGP sort of being. I mean, there isn't any like team captains, but as being the more experienced driver, maybe sort of giving out some instructions to his teammates here of, yeah, let's not fight, guys. Let's work together. Or, for example, with Luke, having got off a couple of times in that particular corner, what we call Radrians, as SRI trying to make a move on Twilight here, down into Radrians, this left-hander. Yeah, so Luke having got off a couple of times here, it might be wise for SGP to say, look, just back off a little bit, let me through, follow me. And it'll help Luke speed up, because I don't think Luke was able to join us for practice, and he was very, very late getting onto the grid, wasn't he? That's why he started at the back. Oh,
yeah, he seen a bit of lag there. Yeah, he had never came till we actually were about to start the race. Oh, SRI. I don't think he wanted that. That's going to take him out of slipstream. He needs a slipstream.
Yeah, that he does. That was code burglar alarm. So looking up at the front there, Demon R still ahead of George. And interesting, I mean, these two have been shown on the pack cam. Oh, Demon R dipped a wheel, but so did George. But yeah, so they've been sort of nose to tailish since the start, but we haven't seen George.
Go for a move. He just bumped drift Demon R out of turn 2, or turn 1 and turn 2.
Well, that's exactly what I was about to say. Like, we hadn't seen George attempting to make a move. Now, could this be part of his process of making sure he is sticking on the tarmac?
It could be, or it could be that if we don't fight, we stay away from Dave the Harp and the rest, then we just try and make that gap, and then attack later, because it's 42 laps, so yeah. It's although it's the same amount of time as we always raced, but it's 42 laps of concentration.
Has SGP just served a penalty because he's just let Luke past him?
We've done. I think he did have a penalty, if I remember.
Well, yeah. I wouldn't have expected him to slow down and let him through for no reason.
Yeah. And I don't think if anything happened that Luke would say, "Oh, you've got to wait for me, SGP."
Well, yeah. I mean, that's an interesting dynamic with the team situation. Yeah. I mean, if one did actually accidentally put the other off, yeah, they could waive that. Not right, but you like, yeah. If someone knocks you off and you're not too fussed about it, you can just say, yeah, it's all right, mate, carry on. And yeah, then they can't report you. Okay, what's George going to do this time? As Demon R's just done fastest lap of the race. And George right there, but again, not looking at making any moves, is he?
Yeah,
but
just hanging in there, and the gap is getting bigger.
Exactly.
A little bit bigger for the Harp, so
yep.
This might be, we've got so many laps of concentration here, because you're repeating it constant. It's not like other races where it's only like 20 laps.
Yeah, but I think, like say, it's 42 times doing the same corners, whereas it's instead of like 20 times doing the same corners. On the pack cam, I think that's SGP up behind Luke again, and this is where, yeah, it may make sense for I mean, SGP could bump draft Luke, but it would make sense for Luke to bump draft SGP because SGP should be quicker in the corners. Artpal has caught up to the back of SRI, and maybe being helped by the fact that SRI, as you mentioned, has dropped out of the slipstream of Dave and Twilight.
Yeah. Artpal's not looking for a move here. Where's he going to attack? He's got a better exit there though.
Well, I mean,
he can ride the curbs. That's alright. That Corvette cannot ride curbs. That's alright. Kind.
Side by side. I mean, you can go side by side through there. It's not easy, but it can be done. As they're now making their way down the hill. Oh, that's alright in the wall. Oh dear. I don't know what happened to my voice there, but yeah, SRI scraped his front bumper. Did that? I think Luke and SGP just got together, didn't they?
Yeah, they're just went past SRI as well. I don't know if they got together, but they're really close.
Maybe. Oh, it may have just been kicking up the dirt. So, as the viewers may notice, on the edge of the track in some places there, you may see tyre marks, and even on this left-hander, as you mentioned, Artpal in his car was able to take a lot of the curbs, so we see tyre marks there as Luke dips a wheel. I think Luke needs to let SGP through.
Yeah.
He is, isn't he?
I don't know. He's not lifted yet.
No, yeah, he's laid through now. So SGP though needs to make sure he doesn't run wide, and this is where we will see tyre marks off the track. But again, so over the curbs coming down here and up the hill, so it may have been the dirt being kicked up on this left-hander where where Luke just went there. Now, Luke, I don't know if SGP's got defensive there or whether he's just taking a very tight line so that he can maximise grip on that front-wheel drive car.
Or he's seen that Luke is close to him and then is not certain if Luke, because Luke was late and whatnot, Luke is going to hit the back of him.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, Pat car.
Himself.
Oh, well, SGP's had a bad corner. Well,
yeah, then Luke's going to go. This is hindering SGP here.
Yeah, but having said that, I mean, if you're the faster driver, you've got to. You can't really afford to make mistakes if you're going to be the car ahead. But having said that, I think if I was in Luke's situation then, having seen SGP's just made a mistake, I would have bump drafted him instead of going for the move, because SGP's still the quicker driver. Now, obviously, if they weren't,
Nick a lot of the inside curb with that hairpin last corner.
Pat Cam, Demon R and George still fairly close together. A little bit of a gap between them, but time-wise, there's hardly anything there. So Luke on this occasion, yes, SGP's got the corner right this time. He's now going to be quicker all the way down here. But obviously being compromised with the fact that he has got cars in front of him, and it just so happens that they're his teammates. Luke's got a bit deep.
Yeah, SGP riding that.
Oh, back up!
Oh. But not all the cars can ride the curbs. It kind of bounces them
around.
Sometimes nearly flips them over.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. The front-wheel drive cars can cope with it. The Merc can cope with it. I don't know about the Citroen. Because we've not really seen the Citroen over the curves, have we? I mean, it's all right there, but that curve's flat. Let's see if they're going to touch on. Well, I was going to say, should we see if they touch any of the curves there? But we're looking at it on the pack cam. Yeah, Demon R and George are not touching the curves through turns 1, 2, and 3. Let's see through 4.
The Luke's on gravel. Oh, he's at the big moment.
Oh dear. Okay, yes.
He didn't capitalise on that. He's just. It's heavy lifted there. Or maybe he was.
Oh, Luke's deep. Luke. Yeah. Oh dear. Now, unfortunately, I think it's been about 3 laps since SGP was previously ahead, so yeah, has cost him some time. So, Demon R was able to take turn 4, apex curb and exit curb, Yeah, riding it lovely. George didn't touch the apex curb, but as saying that, turn 1, Ray, is a curb that no one's going to want to touch on the inside, is it?
No, it's get like when it hits that divot, it's if the curb is just that little bit higher.
Yeah, it tends to bounce every car across the road a little bit and delays you getting on the power. So I see Demon R clipping the apex curb this time, but actually looks like he is intentionally straddling the exit curb. And to be fair, you wouldn't do that unless you're in a car that can ride the curbs.
Yeah. I wasn't watching what George was doing as Demon R leading 13 laps of this race so far.
Got a bit wide there though, bit of a poor exit. But let's say we've not seen George go on an attack, and if earlier on, Ray, he was wanting to open up a gap to Dave in third, I think that gap's there now, isn't it? He can afford to go for a challenge.
Yeah, he could go for a challenge, see if it works. If it doesn't work, do another couple of laps behind Demon R, get the gap opened, and then try again.
Because, I mean, it's been a while since we've sort of been able to talk about these kind of scenarios in the lead, but because some people like to be the car behind because you're putting the pressure on. Some people don't mind being the car in front. But what can happen is in this situation where George has spent 14 laps of not attacking, it's very easy for the driver in front to get into a rhythm of, well, he's not attacking me. And then not, then losing that little bit of concentration, and the driver behind being able to pounce, and before you've realised it's happening, it's already done.
Demon R putting in the fastest lap of the race. See that with the gap he's got to George, so George's got some time to catch up. George, he seems quite confident in that turn 1.
That he does, and in the background looks like Twilight's closed up a little bit to Dave the Harp. Looks like the back 4 cars are a little bit spread out now, so that'll be SRI, Tiny Bob, Gary and Rich, as we are double looking at Demon R and George. But if you were going to go for a move, Ray, where would you attempt it here?
I think it would have to be in turn 1, unless it's the last lap of the race and I'm looking at the last corner.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like George's best opportunity may be turn 1. Although I can tell you that in the practice session for this event, George did overtake Demon R quite a few times into turn 1, but found himself getting repassed on the exit straight away. So this may be factoring into why George perhaps isn't going for an attack in 1, because he couldn't get it. Not that he couldn't get it to stick. We know what Demon R's like. We've seen it for years. You can overtake him into a corner, but chances are he's going to be alongside you on the exit of the corner. So you really do have to work at where you're going to make the move. I mean, you could do an SGP and just park it on an apex, but if he does that at the minute, he's only going to be slowing his teammates down because Luke has caught him back up.
Yeah, SGP isn't. He's not really gained on that, pal, and he's not really got away from Luke here.
Oh. Do you think the air and track temperature could be having an effect on these front-wheel drive cars? Because in the qualifying session, it was very overcast, as Luke is having a look. It was very overcast, and that's where these front-wheel drive cars were rapid. Because let's not forget, Twilight qualified ahead of Demon R and George. So I'm just wondering if this conditions is a little bit hotter and punishing the tyres a little bit more.
I don't know, because Luke's just done the fastest lap of the race.
Well, that was it all to ruins it all, doesn't it? Oh, look at the back cab. George is right under Demon R's rear wing. Not gaining loads, though. Go on.
No, he's not. We've not seen what happened in Easy Pub Draft in Canada. We've not seen that. I don't know what happened. What's happened? The difference between Canada and here, but George not gaining as much as he did on Canada.
You know what it might be? I mean, if we look here, yeah, so, I mean, the viewers won't been able to see, but Luke got up to about 132 miles an hour down the main straight. At Canada, we was hitting, I think, 155-ish. Whoa, big lag from Luke there. So maybe it's that we're not at that higher end of the speed. Oh, no, they're both off! Oh! Oh, dear.
Oh, that's SGP back behind Luke.
Yeah.
So, at the moment, I think it's up, pal. It should be the team captain.
Too right. Come on up, pal. Tell them what to do. I'm just glad that the 4-pack are spread out. Oh, George, is he close enough to attack? He is, but again, still not going for it. But what I will say is, we're nearly halfway into this race, and there's been no comment from us or no view of, oh, George is off the track.
Yeah.
So, well done to him.
Just commentated.
Yeah, I am, haven't I? Okay, well, let's see. I mean, what would be interesting here as well is to see what sort of lap times these guys are. Yeah, I mean, they're doing low 58s, and obviously they're doing very similar lap times because they are nose to tail.
Even our wide, is that going to do for George?
Well, let's see what speed George gets to down here. So Demon R is actually opening the gap a little bit, but I think we get to this sort of speed, George closes the gap a little bit more. So he's at 128, 29, just over the crest of the hill. So not as fast in a straight line as the Elantra, the Hyundais, but I do believe quite a bit faster than the Corvette here. I tell you what, I would actually like to jump on to SRI in the Corvette and see what speed he can get down the straight. Now, admittedly, George did have slipstream there before.
Even a little bit wide on the exit there, we're kicking up the dust, so I don't know. But George can't make any gains on it, so.
I mean, I was going to say, this is a very different scenario for George, because if we actually do, oh, Demon R's had a wobble. This could be the chance. Actually, just had Demon R's open the gap a bit.
Maybe that mid to high speed just great on the Merc compared to George having a higher end.
Yeah, so yeah, but perhaps sort of mid-speed corner exit up to about 100-ish mile an hour. Yeah, maybe the difference. But what I was going to say was, if you remember back to Canada, it was, well, Demon R and George were battling there, weren't they? I think it was Demon R ahead of George in that race until very late on. This is a similar scenario, but being executed in a very, very different way, as George was very close there. This isn't George being wild and all over the place. This is George being calm and sensible and basically saying, right, I'm here, what are you going to do? Because if you make a mistake, you're done.
Yep. It's got the eye of the tiger, waiting to pounce.
Yeah, problem is, Demon R's got the Jap's eye. Sorry. But I mean, Demon R has been in this position so many times that, well, I wouldn't say he doesn't get phased, but you get used to being in a situation, as he did actually run a little bit deep there. Oh, you look like there was something in the middle of the road then.
That's Windmill's shadow.
Fair enough.
It's off-putting when you're racing.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Oh, he's went... George,
Yeah.
is he trying to go deep and then straighten up as much as he can?
No, I think that was a little bit late on the brakes, and that's why he's ended up being a little bit further away. Not a lot though. I mean, it's still a 58.4, but I'm guessing Demon R's done an alright lap time there, because the gap has only opened up a couple of attempts. Now it looks like everyone else is a little bit spread out on the track map. Let's see, Dave and Twilight still in second and third. On the pack cam,
fourth.
Sorry, third and fourth. Yeah, my apologies. On the pack cam, that is Rich Blues catching up to the back of Gary. Rich having changed. Oh, we've run a bit wide there actually. Yeah, Rich having changed to the Hyundai Elantra for this race. Did mention that he had a very, very lonely race last time out at High Speed Ring in the Evo.
Looks like Twilight's fell away from Dave the Harp. It's not as close.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Here is that battle then, Gary. I tell you what, his lap times are consistent. I mean, okay, he's not in the 58s, but
59 minutes and a minute.
59 minutes.
59 and then in a minute.
Oh, right, okay.
But he's revving that car out. You watch him going down the straight. I know the viewers can't see this, but
yeah, we can see the telemetry. Oh, yes, he is. Now, yeah, I was told that the best way to get decent speed out of this Bugatti is to short shift. And Gary's
got a low range.
Yes,
turbo.
a low rev range turbo. Yes. Now, one way for people to work out how to optimize it, that is quite simple when you're doing some laps, as SGP is on the back of ArtPal. How did that happen?
I don't know, ArtPal made a mistake, because SGP's only done 58s.
Yeah, ArtPal's made a mistake somewhere, hasn't he?
Yeah. Now, does ArtPal say, I've been ahead of you for 25 bloody laps, piss off, you're not getting through?
You know what, I'd be tempted. This is one of those things where if you're faster, you can overtake me. But no, I think...
He's letting them.
Yeah.
He's letting them through, he didn't. He's not really fighting that one.
Or is he?
I think he's trying to do it with as less...
Yeah, losing as little amount of time as possible.
But I think he's going to lose a bit. He's going to be having to push SGP round here. And unless he's lifted, I think he's lifted, so he don't get too close.
Look on the pack cam, Demon R and George, that gap, since George got a little bit deep at the hairpin, that gap has just got bigger and bigger. So SGP here, if we stay on board with him, he's ahead of ArtPal. I want to see what speed he can get up to at the crest of the hill. So he's already up to 125, 27, 130 miles an hour without slipstream. George was doing 127 with slipstream. Yeah, that Elantra is fast in a straight line, but obviously does struggle a bit in the corner. So Rich Blues here, you know what, his lap times have been very consistent as well. I'm impressed.
Yeah. It's just the little 1 minute lap times is just, that's how they've fell back a bit, but they're very consistent in the 59s and whatnot, so I think a wee bit of help from his teammates and he should be able to gain a couple of seconds, or a second at least.
SGP could drop back and bump draft him.
Yeah.
Gary's gone deep. Oh no, he saved it. Ooh. I mean, what I will say is obviously in this championship we are racing without boost, and one of the things that the drivers will be noticing here is through this championship is it's not about how fast you can go, it's about how consistent you can be. And we've talked about this for years on commentary of it doesn't matter if you round here you could do a 57-second lap time. If you're going to follow it with a 1-minute 10 lap time, you're much better off doing 59-second lap times all the way through the race. And that's basically what Rich and Gary have been doing here. Very consistent. We see Demon R and George very consistent. Yeah, 58s, very low 58s. George into the 57s.
Yeah, he's only what? Not that far off the fastest lap time as well.
Yeah. very close, 0.008 off fastest lap at the moment. And we do know that George does like to get a fastest lap, but I always find there's a risk with that run. A bit like, you know, how Verstappen's engineer always used to say to him, right, we've had pole, we're in the lead, we're winning the race, we don't need to go for fastest lap. And he's like, okay, and goes for fastest lap.
It just caught right up the back
of
him, and is this the moment?
Well, is this going to be a new fastest lap?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Wow. Well, I'll tell you what though, that does mean that Demon R's done a pretty quick lap, but not quick enough. But oh, George! Oh no!
He couldn't handle the speed.
I can't believe George has gone off track. I feel for him. You don't think he's been distracted by the lap time, do you?
Yeah, I think the lap time, then he would have been on a faster speed turn 1 and never took that into consideration when hitting the brakes.
Yeah, now fair play, well done to him. He managed to take evasive action, as did Rich Blues here. But he may still get a decent run, and actually that's Demon R behind them. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about that, other than there is now quite a gap between Demon R and George, and this is where, I mean, I don't want to, I'm not picking on George here, but a few moments ago I mentioned about it doesn't matter if you can do like a low 57 lap time, if you follow it up with a 1:10, that's not what's going to happen with George here, but he has just done fastest lap, and it's going to be followed up by a lap that's a couple of seconds slower, and it could cost him. Because a bit like Steve F1 was, if you let Demon R get out in front, he's not really going to make many mistakes as Rich Blues has a little look at the wall.
Yeah. And there's, what, 12, 13 laps to go. I don't think George will be able to catch Demon R because the lap times are so similar.
Well, that's the problem that they're going to have. So I would guess at this point as well that Rich and Gary are aware that Demon R is closing in. And interestingly, Demon R had zero interest in grabbing Rich's slipstream there. So
it's a bit far away to grab the slipstream, isn't that? Great.
Well, maybe. It depends. It's a big wing on that. Okay, Rich and Gary are going to go side by side down into Radrian's. Can they get through together and survive? Rich goes deep, but stays on the road. That's a lovely little move from Gary. But here now comes Demon R. Okay, now this is where Rich and Gary are going to have to be prepared to be out of the way, because Demon R's close right up. Oh, Rich! What was that? A radio message from SGP?
Yeah.
Don't let him through. Oh, Rich got a little bit out of shape then. I think he was going a little slower into the corner. It turned a bit tighter than he expected. Once again, though, Demon R not interested in Gary's slipstream.
Yeah, just moving out the way, saying, right, I'm over here. You take that half the track, I'll take this half the track, and I'll try and overtake you. Now, what's going to be the rules then if it's teams and there's. You've got a teammate at the back marker?
In what? So if you catch up a back marker and it's your teammate?
No, it's another's team.
Mate,
and you might be
able to. Oh, Gary! Oh, go on, Rich. Go on, Gary.
The Reapers in the 4-pack, so I think they're leading.
They are. Team standards, yeah. George got a little bit wide at Radrian's, but he's making the moves here. Yeah, well, I mean, we don't have any rules in place other than if you are a back marker and one of the leading cars is passing you, or a car that is lapping you is passing you, get out of the way safely as soon as possible. I don't think it would be seen very kindly if you were intentionally blocking a
that could work down the straight, but then when it comes to corners, you could say I couldn't get out of the way because it was the corners and I couldn't do it safely.
It would very much depend on. Right, I wanted to stick with SRI there. I wanted to see what speed that Corvette would do over the crest of the hill at turn 1. Okay, Dave the Harp now closing in on the back of Formula Gary. We're going to have some action, Ray. We've not had any for a while, but it's going to be.
Lighting up the board there. There's a purple sector. Does he go for a fastest lap now?
He might
Look, he's got his tyres on now. But as a front wheel drive, and we know Dave the Harp can punish tyres.
Yeah, absolutely. But they're saying that, we know that Rich likes rubbing his dick up the wall.
Oh, it's a 57.9. What was that?
6.3. Ray was definitely not listening to anything I said there.
Oh, Rich likes rubbing his dick up a wall. He can't. His nose gets into it.
Oh, God, not that again. Okay, so Dave on the back of Gary. Right, so this is a point where, yeah, Gary's moved out of the way. Nicely done. What I was going to say a moment ago as well, when Gary was side by side with Demon R down the straight, he wasn't letting him through on the straight. He let him through into the corner, which is a very wise way to do it. You lose very little time doing that. But for Gary, he very nearly ended up completely off the track and costing himself that little bit of time, which he has lost a little bit of time compared to Rich, but Rich is going to have to be getting out of Dave's way soon. But this is where, if Rich is wise, going up the crest of the hill, he'll move over to the left a bit, lift off a little early and let Dave go through in the braking zone.
I don't know if Dave's close enough for him. Yeah,
No,
Dave
no,
isn't
you're right.
close enough.
Yeah. Well, this could allow Twilight to close up. Twilight's been...
Oh, Rich has moved.
Okay.
But he must back him off throttle because there's Gary on him
Yeah. Now, Twilight has also done... No, that's Dave. Yeah, Twilight has done a 57.9. Wow, so...
Five minutes ago,
Yeah, so we've had...
George.
I think George, Demon R, Dave, Twilight, Luke have all done laps in the 57s. Did I say Twilight?
Yeah.
No, that's not bad.
5 on.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would guess that SGP... Oh, Gary's gone wide, so has Twilight. If you're going to go wide, Twilight, don't do it when you're on camera. You know what, that's just reminded me of days when we used to run...
He was wanting that line, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh no, he's a Reaper, isn't he?
He is a Reaper. Well, it did remind me of when we used to run an F1 league many years ago. We found out that someone was...
Gary's got a better run than Rich.
Yeah, can he make the move?
Quite on, and this might hamper Twilight because they're fighting for position.
Side by side to go. Rich is just ahead and carries the speed. Twilight's caught them quick though. Gary's going to have to be careful here.
Get really out here. He's way there. Oh,
Yeah.
Twilight's like, I'm coming through.
Ooh.
Oh, Twilight, come on.
What? Was
That's
it?
an overtake off track.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It doesn't matter if it's a back.
You know what? I hadn't even considered about whether it's off track at that point, because normally nobody's ever over there. It's not where you would go, is it? Yeah. So I was going to say, yeah, someone in our old F1 league that used to, when we live stream, would watch it, was aware when they were not on camera, and would then cut corners. You might not remember this, but I do. And that was very much frowned upon. Okay, SGP, has he been in the 57s? No, 58.089. Maybe he's just not got it going today. I don't know. Say that.
I think I might remember said person, but I might be thinking of the wrong person as well.
Oh, Gary! Oh, that was a cheeky move. Definitely caught Rich off guard. Yeah. I mean, I can't say whether it was too late to move because I didn't see the before he was alongside.
I think he just missed his breaking point, to be honest. I don't think he was going for a move.
Fair enough.
Who's that behind? Is that SGP? So there's SGP.
Yes, and he isn't far away from Twilight now.
No. And where's he going to overtake Gary? Gary's slowing a wee bit more down in the corner there for him. Yeah, Gary's doing it in the corner. Let's watch where Rich does it.
Well, is SGP going to say to Rich, give me a slipstream or a bump draft?
That he could do, but whether we're going to tango there.
Okay, I was going to say at this point, slipstream. Yeah, so yeah, he's going for the slipstream. Go on.
Rich moved over. I think he lifted as well.
I think you might be right. He still did a 59.5 second lap time though, so it's a good lap time. Is he going to lay him through down here? Okay, no, so perhaps not close enough. Maybe SGP has sort of given the instruction of, don't get out of my way, I'll let you know when I'm going to come past you.
He lifted there, but something's happened to Gary because he's fell way back now.
Yeah. Oh, I think Rich just got sideways. Yeah, he did. Because he lost loads of time.
There's Luke in 58s, 59s.
Well, it's Tiny Bob, but yeah.
Oh, Tiny Bob, sorry.
Your teammate.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Okay, so look what we got. We're on lap 39, so we're going to be starting lap 40 very soon, which means there's going to be 3 laps remain. Actually, the leaders may already be on lap 40. Looking at Tiny Bob's lap times, I mean, very consistent from him as well. 59s, dipping into the 57s now. This may not be the most action-packed race, but from the perspective of lap times, right? Let's see. SRI speed is at 120. Oh! Well, at the point he got
no.
Well, at the point he got to 120, I'm pretty sure the Elantra was doing like 124. Okay, let's see. That's Demon R then starting lap 41. So this and one more lap to go, and actually closing in on the back of Tiny Bob and George has dropped. Ooh, is that Rich and Gary?
What? Is it?
Yeah.
I thought Gary was behind Rich. That might be Arpal.
Oh, it could be. I wonder if Arpal caught him up a lot faster than he was expecting in the corner. Yeah, it must be Arpal.
Yeah, it is Arpal. I could see it. Number 7. Yeah.
Number 7. Arpal's number 16 or position 7. Oh yeah, position 7. Yeah.
7.
Sorry. Yeah.
We've moved to position 6.
Yes. Okay. So. Oh. Is that?
Luke's not that far away from SGP.
Yeah, he's right behind him.
Oh,
is that Rich? No, that's Rich. That's Luke catching Rich.
No, that's
yeah, that's Rich. Good, he's same liver, isn't it? Okay, Demon R on to the last lap of the race. George has dropped off quite a bit. I don't know whether he's perhaps pushing to try and close the gap and hasn't quite worked. It'd be interesting to see if Dave has managed to hold him on purple. Purple rain. Actually, rain is something that we're going to have to be aware of for the next race. So here we go then, final corner. Damon, if he actually gets a slipstream here, might be able to take fastest lap of the race, which George has got at the moment with a 57.8. Numpty's going to cross the line and get another lap in. Demon is going to take the victory. Doesn't get fastest lap. There is George, and Dave did close the gap, but not enough. George takes second place. Dave the Harp, well done to him, third place. And then we've got Twilight, who, I don't know if he's had a moment or if he's just having a little wiggle. And SGP right behind him. So Twilight fourth, SGP fifth. And then we've got
for a team photo finish here.
Now, I think that's actually Rich across the line. No, it was Luke. Then Rich and Arpal. Or Arpal and Rich, and here is SRI. We still won't get to see his speed up the hill because, he'll have finished by then. Unfortunately for SRI, I mean, lap time's very consistent. a very lonely race as well after that big crash for him. And then we got Tiny Bob, who, fantastic on the lap times and crosses the line. I think he should be very pleased with himself. Actually, I think everyone should be fairly pleased with themselves, other than perhaps any incidents during the race. I tried mentioning a little earlier on that from the perspective of lap times and consistency and driving better, a brilliant display for 99.9% of that race there.
And that was good that Gary got the fastest lap of the race in the last lap.
Did he?
Yeah.
What corner did he cut?
I don't know, he wasn't on the video.
Yeah, he knew we weren't on the video. No, I'm only joking. I tell you what though, if Gary got fastest lap there, fair play and well done to him.
I'm taking the piss. You remember what was said yesterday after?
No.
Because George says, "Oh, I'm on a fast one here," and then he crossed the line. But then Gary, we were waiting on Gary, I think, crossing the line.
So you all told George that Gary had got the fastest lap? Oh, you swine. I wasn't listening to any of that. But, oh dear. Well, anyway, congratulations to Demon R there, taking that victory. George was unlucky. He basically made one mistake, really, didn't he? And it
lost.
Yeah, but I mean that's what we were sort of talking about, though, isn't it? That I mean, he was having a brilliant race, very different to what we've seen in the previous races, much calmer, and actually driving like that. I mean, we saw it with Mitch, didn't we? Who was very catch you, wanna pass you, flat out everywhere, like trying to do quali laps all the time. And yeah, it was fast, but we always knew there was going to be an error in there, always, because of how hard it was pushing.
That's why he got a place named after him.
Yeah, which has now been taken off him. But anyway, right, yeah, so well done to Demon R. So, Ray, would you like to take us through the confirmed race result?
Yep. Confirmed race result.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps if I got on the right one, you know.
It does, yeah. If you're looking at the standings, it won't tell you that bit.
So, race results. First place, Demon R with 20 points. And second place, George, 17 points. They both had a good race. George just having that one mistake that cost him. Third place, Dave the Hut. I can hear myself.
Maybe you can hear yourself through me. I'll mute myself for a moment.
Third place, Dave the Harp, 15 points. Quite a lonely race, I'd say, for him. Once he broke away from Twilight. And speaking of Twilight, fourth place, Twilight, 13 points with a 3-point penalty point, but we'll get to that later. He caught up to Dave the Harp and then he fell back. And then we've seen fifth place, SGP with 12 points catching up to him, but not enough to hinder Twilight's position. So, yeah, we've seen SGP in front of his team, behind his team, that 3-pack there. The 3-pack, there's the 4th pack, he's away down there. And then 6th place, Luke Lamar, 11 points. We've seen him tangle with SGP a couple of times. They both were tangling with each other, to be fair. Not that Luke's the one just to blame. I think both of them are to blame. 7th place, Artpal with 10 points. I can't remember how Artpal ended up back there, because he was a leader of them for so long. Yeah. So, yeah, Artpal led the 4-pack for quite a while. And then 8th place we have SRI, 9 points with that early on crash. Not too sure what happened there, and there's been no report to the steward, so we won't know. Ninth place, Tiny Bob, 8 points. He pretty much a lonely race as well. Never really seen him near MD. And then 10th place, Rich Blues with 7 points. Yeah, he had a good wee race with Formula Gary in 11th place with 6 points. So they had a wee bit of a battle at times. And yeah, a few drivers away. Jason's running about chasing a horse. I don't know who else is away. Nelly decided to feck off.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah, he decided to feck off.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I've interrupted you there, but because I wasn't listening because I was on mute. I went off checking messages. So have you covered everything? Have you explained about Twilight's penalty?
No, I said we'll come to that later.
Okay, no problem. Is it time to have a look at the confirmed championship standings?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's just because we were talking about Twilight's penalty. I never explained that. I said we'll that later.
I know. To be fair, I was listening. Okay, so we will have a look at the reason for Twilight's penalty in a moment. We'll get through all of the points first. Okay, so on to the championship standings then. George, even though finishing second place, actually takes the lead of the standings because SGP finishing further down than he would have liked. Yeah, doesn't get as many points as he would have wanted, and that means that SGP's on 67 points, and Demon R is now tied with him on 67 points. So this result here has just really closed that gap up once again. David Hart, brilliant result for him, as Ray said. 4th place in the standings, 53 points. Got a bit of a gap in front, bit of a gap behind, but you never know what can happen in the final races. Twilight, 5th place. Has lost those 3 points. We'll get to that in a moment, as Ray said. Actually, I was going to say, Twilight, since changing car, very different races he's been having so far. He's really been in the battle and the fight up near the front. SRI, 6th place. Not sure he'd have had the happiest of races there, and you never know. He might want to change to the Elantra soon as well. 39 points for him. Nelly and Art Pal, they're now tied for 7th place on 30 points each. And Rich Blues and Tiny Bob are tied 9th place on 25 points each. Does anybody else want to just pair up? Anyone?
Was that one? Is that 3 parents?
Yeah.
I don't think we've had that in a week.
I don't. I know we've had at least a couple, but I don't remember us having, especially this, like 4 races in, to have this many pairings.
Without boost as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Jason, 11th place, 20 points. Luke, 12th place, he's on 18 points, so it's close between them. But Jimmy's there on 17 points in 13th. Gary's there in 14th on 16 points. So it's ever so close, other than Dave the Arl. So,
yeah.
Oh, well.
He's got a bit of gap. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out to the end of the season. Okay, Ray, you want to take us through the team standings? And bear in mind that Twilight has got that 3-point penalty that has been applied.
Now, here's a question. If the driver gets a 3-point penalty, does it get added on to the team?
Well, the team's points are only the points the drivers score, and considering that the driver scored 3 points less than what would normally be, the answer would be yes, the team points suffer as well. But it's not the team gets people. Yeah.
SPP's going to be pissed off with that one.
The thing is, though, right? That was a really good question. Now, admittedly, so if Twilight hadn't have got the penalty, the Reapers would have been on 142 points.
That would have been a bit more of a safety barrier than this, as we see. 4-pack in 140 points. The Reapers with 139 points. Charlie White, Team White, and 100 and 122. Charlie White. Charlie Sheen.
I
Sorry.
was wondering. Oh no, you know, I've just sent a message to someone who's coming around to pick some golf clubs up, and I've ended up writing, "Let me know when you are white." He's Indian.
122 points.
Shit.
30 ticks for 117
Oh
points.
my god. Ray, that's your fault. Oh. It's not
That's
funny.
fine,
Oh no. I'm gonna have to go on the computer now and see if it works. He won't let me delete it. This message will be removed for you, but other chat members will still be able to see it. Uh-oh.
Say it all correct.
Yep, yep. Oh my god. Right, carry on. Oh, no.
I've done it all. You carry on.
Right, okay, so it's at this moment in time that I'm going to get done for being racist. Right. In all fairness, at this moment in time, we are now going to take a look at the incident that resulted in Twilight. He's just seen the message. Twilight receiving the penalty. So we shall cut to that briefly now. Okay, so the report was from SGP, lap 1, turn 1. I gave space on the way in, but wasn't left space on the exit as someone made it 4 wide. So as you see here, 4 wide, and then SGP off the track, or at least half off the track. Now, this has resulted in a penalty for Twilight. So we see SGP and Dave side by side. SRI comes in, and then Twilight comes in a little later. And we're going to have a look from SRI here. So SRI does make a bit of a cheeky move, but this is kind of okay at the moment. These guys could potentially give each other space, but it's when we see it from Twilight's view that, yeah, so at this point, the move isn't really on. There's 3 cars side by side, and at this point really isn't on. Because Twilight's the last to the party, it's on him to make sure there's no contact or no crashes. Almost takes evasive, but as we'll see in a second as we go up in the air in a moment. At this point, there is still space for the cars. However, all of the cars are still moving to the right, so it's on Twilight to leave space for 3 cars next to him. And at the point where Twilight's car has really started going left now, we'll have another look and see if there's space for 3 cars next to him, and there isn't. There is only space for 2 cars next to him, and that is the reason why Twilight has received the penalty. It basically does come down to the fact that Twilight was last on the scene and made it 4 wide. Not only was he last on the scene, he was last on the scene very, very late. That's one where, he should have waited. So 3-point penalty to Twilight, and it's been explained in the commentary. Right, we'll get back to the bit that we've cut away from. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so having dealt with Twilight, now we'll go on to the next track. We're not going to spend ages going on about this one because it's not the most difficult of tracks, but it is a bloody quick one. And it can rain. So Ray, let's get ready for a little cheeky flyover in Japan, where I'm no longer going to be allowed to go to. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Okay, as we come down the start-finish straight, it's a very long straight. We're going to do here. This is counterclockwise. The track.
Yep.
We're racing it counterclockwise, so we're going to come flying down here. We're going to be top end speed. I don't think you're going to maximize out or ride
Top
out
amount,
your
yeah.
top gear or whatever, 6 gear, 7 gear, whatever your car's got. So we're going to come into a double apex hairpin, which you want to brake about 150 maybe earlier, and get it swung round as a puke up. Imagine me doing this in VR.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
You know,
my god.
something I do want to quickly mention is the braking point for the hairpin could vary massively, front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, so just be careful of that, folks.
As you come out the hairpin, there's a wee bit of a kink there, and then up here, it's a weird one. You can either give it a dab of the brakes or lift a wee bit early and get round it. You don't need much braking through these two corners, to be honest, from what I tried. And then as we come down, I don't even know what the corner names or sections are,
I
but
don't think they have corner names.
as we come round Shanghai, that's an
I
fucking
was
country.
gonna say number. Oh no, yeah, I was gonna do Chinese menu.
This was it that corner or was it the next corner? It's catches you out.
This is the slower one. The previous
that
one
one.
is a quickish one. This one, you don't need to really downshift, but you maybe have to lift. But this one is a little bit tighter.
Yeah, and it can catch people out because you don't think it is that tight, but then if you go too fast, you're just like, whoa, where have I gone? And here it's kind of basically flat out and just maybe a little lift here and there to get round the last couple of corners, and then we're going to come up onto the slip road, and you want to be braking just after the 100-metre mark, and then get it round the corner, and then you'll be on the accelerator and then want to dab the brakes again because you need to brake for there as well. It just catches you out. It's like, I don't know, it's just an optical illusion. You think it's not that tight, but it is.
Yeah.
It's a race from here. Are we going back down the start-finish straight?
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Yep. And then it's a race here. If you've got slipstream or you've got a teammate, I would use a bump draft or whatever, get you through here, because if you don't use each other, you're going to have a slower speed all the way through here, and it's very long.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as I mentioned, don't forget it can rain here, folks, so make sure you've got inters and wets, especially if you're changing car from the last race to this one. But yeah, the last couple of corners there, you mentioned sort of optical illusion. I agree with you there. I always feel like you can go through there faster, but whenever you try it, it tends to go slower. So there we are with a flyover. So good luck, folks, because you might need it around that one. Quickly mention as well, cars are going to be touching barriers during this race. We know that it can happen. No one's going to drive a perfect race all the time. But please, 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 if you do touch a barrier, make sure you are not gaining any advantage from it. And if you do touch a barrier and then overtake someone, yeah, you probably should not be overtaking someone. Anything to add there, Ray?
No wall riding, you bastards.
Exactly. Also, don't try having a conversation while sending a message, because you could end up in quite a bit of trouble. But there is a message that I do want to mention, and that is that, well, two things actually. I found out today that Shania Twain's sister, Choo Choo, used to work for British Rail.
All right.
Yeah. And a little story for you. A Yorkshireman walks into a vet's and he says, "Summat up with cat." And the vet says, "Is it a Tom?" And the Yorkshireman says, "Nah, it's here in basket." Yeah, the Yorkshireman will get that one. Right, on that limp bombshell, I think it's time to call it an end, because I'm potentially about to have a very irate customer turn up. Yeah.
I might have to phone you later.
Yeah, if you never hear from me again, yeah, we know that something's gone very, very badly wrong. Right, thank you, Ray, for joining us on commentary.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you to the admins behind the scenes, and a big thank you to the drivers.
Absolutely. Right, it was nice knowing you. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, smash that notifications bell, and we'll see you all again soon. Maybe.
Ta-da!